Hey guys, Greg here coming to you with another episode of Greg's Bonsai. Today we're going to be showcasing one of my pomegranates. And if you recall from my earlier videos, I actually did a 2-video series where I had about 12 of these. I think I did like either 5 or 6 in a video. But now that these guys are a little bit bigger, I'm going to start separating them. So this is going to be ideally what we call pomegranate A. And the last video I did of this guy, I think, was back in September. And it's grown considerably since then. I think back in September it was about yay tall. So definitely has grown. It's been outside for most of the time here. I think for the past maybe couple weeks, I've had it in a grow tent inside just because I wanted to elongate the growing season just a little bit before I put these guys away for some dormancy between now and February, just so that it does get a little rest and does have some time to grow here. Or, yeah, rest so it does have some energy to grow, sorry. But you can kind of just see, I think it's about maybe 2 foot high now from base to top tip there. I will zoom in a little bit just so you can get a little bit better view of this. So we have the trunk coming out. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit more here. So we do have the trunk at the base, and it's coming out 3 different ways. So I will probably be trimming most of this away come spring, just because you got 3 of these growing and it's got to spread that energy out. So what we'll probably end up doing, we'll definitely be getting rid of this middle guy. As much as I hate to do that, I almost want to leave these guys for a year just to grow. But the way this thing has been growing, it's going to be a bush before it's a tree, unfortunately. So what'll end up happening is, I'm thinking this guy in the center and this guy coming off the side will probably just get chopped, and we'll just have this one strong guy coming up directly as the guy that's left, or maybe just this bend. We'll see, because this will be some interesting things to kind of bend. It doesn't have a whole lot of, I hate to say it doesn't have a lot of flexibility, but it does seem kind of rigid there now that I'm doing it. Not like this stuff up here that is very very flexible, because it's more liquid than a solid in here. At least that's what it feels like. And you can get that nice, and I've showcased this before on my videos. You can kind of see up here at the tip, it kind of just changes from this brown to a greenish to a red, kind of like the inside of a pomegranate where you have that red juice. So it's kind of interesting to see it kind of grow like that, and just kind of see how you have big leaves, big leaves, and then all of a sudden it just kind of shrinks down. Now eventually these guys will be as big as what we see here. And we can also see down on the bottom part here that there's not a whole lot of leaves, especially going all the way up here. We go to this V, it's more like a pitchfork, really, on here, where all the leaves have kind of fallen off. We do have a little bit of growth coming back here, and I think we do see some swelling of buds starting back up here, but did definitely lose those leaves on the bottom, only because this canopy's starting to cover up, and those leaves just weren't getting the light. And we can kind of see that down here as well. Water these pretty regularly, maybe every other day, every 2 or 3 days, just because they don't like too much water. But once you start seeing this get dry, this is already starting to show some signs of dryness here. It does have a little bit of dampness still on here. So once this starts showing really dry, then I give it a nice little soak. But like I said, I had these guys in the grow tent, and because of that, they were getting a really nice amount of light. Now I'm in zone 6B, and it's been getting frosted at nighttime, so I decided to put them in the grow tent. And now that I want to start getting them ready for some dormancy time, I've actually pulled them out. I have them in my garage on a shelf, And during the day, I pull them outside, give them some sun, and then let them come back in here where it's a little cooler, probably about 15 degrees cooler than what I had in the grow tent. But just trying to slowly prepare them and move them out into my shed for where they're gonna get their cool. And I have tried to research, because some varieties of these guys you can grow all year round inside. And other places I've been reading, they enjoy having a nice couple-month dormancy period. So I'm really interested to see what that case is. I might just split them half and half. But this guy is definitely probably my biggest pomegranate that I have so far. And like I said, I'm probably gonna trim this guy back once the spring hits. It does have a lot of nice give. I said it was rigid, but it's very flexible. It's not like it's gonna just break off, not unless I just really pull it. But I do really like the look of these leaves, the detail on them. Let me see if I can really zoom in on this so you can see what they look like. There we go, that's a little bit better. Nice green color to them, not too yellow like what we have on the bottom. But even over here, a nice green, a nice full darker green. It looks a little brighter on the video here, but it is darker just because it's getting that full energy. And then those new leaves kind of forming, they're kind of like a reddish, like a blood almost, just like what you see on the stem and the twigs, branches. Sorry, the word just kind of just escaped me, but just the same color as what the branches are, you can see on the leaves there. So the goal here eventually with these bonsaiing is I'm hoping that I can get the leaves to that kind of size, into this kind of size, instead of, you know, most of my finger size. And maybe I would just have to defoliate it just to kind of force it into that. But this is my pomegranate. Not much else to see here, just a lot of structure. And you can kind of see, even on here, this whole thing kind of takes a shape of a leaf and its structure, which is kind of fascinating to see. It's just that one branch out, and they just kind of branch out in a V form, just like you'd see on a regular type of leaf when you study leaves as a child. Kind of interesting. I didn't really notice that until I looked at it that way. But yeah, I will probably end up, like I said, trimming some of this, and especially if this gets too weighted and starts going down and whatnot. But I am interested to see how this goes as we go into the spring and we start budding. We will probably up pot this into something along the lines of, let me see if I can get this out, one of these type of pots, a #1 pot, just to give it a little bit more height and a little bit more root area. But that's it. That is my pomegranate. So if you have any questions, please make sure to let me down below, or comments or anything about this plant. If you're growing them at home, if you tend to put them in the shed or a greenhouse or some kind of cold frame for the winter, or if you let them grow all year round inside your house underneath a grow light, let me know, because I'd be interested to see what everybody else is doing. I've got about 12 of these, maybe like 1, 2, yeah, 10. We'll go with 10 viable ones here, and I'll try to go through them all before I have to put them all away. But like I said, if you like what you saw, make sure to hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, put them down below. I love to hear from my viewers and see what you're thinking. And if you really liked it, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There's also the bell. That way you get a notification when a new video is posted on my channel. But this is my pomegranate today. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.